Hello Monster Jam fans, and welcome to my top 10 trucks that Spin Master should make in 2020. Well, welcome back and welcome to my 2020 suggestion video for Spin Master. You guys probably, if you've been a long time watcher of my channel, you know that I have done these same videos for Hot Wheels Monster Jam in the past. I have to admit, most of the things that I did suggest about Hot Wheels Monster Jam and what they should make in the following years never came to be. So I'm hoping that with this partnership, some of these, I'm hoping again, will be made in the future. Hopefully in 2020, but I don't know if we can make all of these happen by 2020's beginning. So maybe 2021, but these are hopeful wishes, and some are also community-wide feedback, which I will mark those when I get to them. At number 10 is actually this truck right here, the Maximum Destruction Monster Truck. This is one of my favorite monster trucks that has retired, unfortunately, from the Monster Jam fleet. I think that it's so historic, and it's the truck that you always remember from the area between the beginning of Maximum Destruction and then the era where it turned into Max D with the spikes. You know, Gravedigger hasn't changed, and I think that Maximum Destruction should definitely have kept this body because this is, again, a historic body in the Monster Jam community and the entire history of Monster Jam as well. So I think that remaking this one would be a great idea for Spin Master. They can improve upon the casting. There's a pretty decent casting right here with Mattel's, but I would like the 3D taillights and all that. I know they can do a good job. And then, of course, it would be a little sized up so you could add more detail. Again, Mattel did a pretty decent job with their casting of Maximum Destruction. However, and this is one I just kind of want to toss in there, they did a terrible job with Team Mentz and Goldberg. I know Goldberg can't be made, but Team Mentz is definitely a possibility if they have this tooling on hand. Now, Team Mentz was using the old round tooling back in 2002, I want to say they used that, or 2003. And then for some odd reason, back in 2017 with the Flag Series, instead of using the current tooling that they had, this one right here, which is the real truck's actual body, they decided to retool the 2003 rounded tooling without the back, and you probably remember what it looks like, but they didn't decide to do this tooling, which makes absolutely no sense to me. So if they're going to do Maximum Destruction, I also would suggest Team Mentz at some point in time. I know that there has been a widespread feedback and kind of a want for a 5-pack, Tom Mentz 5-pack, where we would have Team Mentz, Maximum Destruction, and like 3 other different Maximum Destruction trucks or Max D trucks. So this would be a really good casting to have on hand in their fleet of things that they can use, and it would be a great idea to make this casting once again. So number 10 is one of my favorite trucks, Maximum Destruction. And I want to make a quick note. These aren't in any particular order of like how much I want to see them. This is just a basic list. So next up at number 9, it is the Bulldozer, another popular request by the community. Bulldozer was released a few times by Mattel, actually quite a few times, but I just feel like it could use that new tooling that they have with El Toro Loco. They didn't do a terrible job with Bulldozer because it's a pretty basic truck, but I think that having that really cool tooling that they have for El Toro Loco with the wider base and all that, I think they could do a really good job with Bulldozer at some point in time. So maybe a Retro Rebels series or something like that. Bulldozer is definitely on my list, though, for top 10 for next year. And on the topic of the Crazy Bulls, we also have the colored El Toro Locos. I'm going to make a quick note and just say this is the one I really want to see because I'm curious to see if we get a yellow El Toro Loco, if the design team will take the extra step and add the bandana onto the horn. Picture on screen for the designers watching if they don't know what that is. Becky McDonough, when she had the yellow El Toro Loco, always, and still uses, even on the red El Toro Loco, or the orange one, the bandana, her very famous bandana that she always wraps around one of the horns. I think it's the right side horn, but I want to see if Spin Master, if they make this, if they will wrap the bandana around the horn. That would be an extreme showcase of detail and care. So yes, yellow El Toro Loco, also black El Toro Loco would be amazing to see come back in Spin Master form with the new tool that they have. But yeah, yellow El Toro Loco is pretty cool. I like the purple flames and all that. And I would really hope that they would come back and do this at some point with the nicer flames that they have from the most recent El Toro Loco they released. So that is the next one up. And I don't have a truck for this one physically, but this is a popular request by the community, the Bad Company monster truck at number 7. This one has been pushed for a while now. We wanted Hot Wheels to do it, they never did. And Bad Company actually just did a fairly decent job at the Monster Jam All-Star Challenge with a Team Ice body. Now, if they do Bad Company, they definitely should do the blue edition, the Team Ice edition of Bad Company as well. But I think having a inspired tooling for that truck specifically would be awesome, because that truck is now one of the more popular Monster Jam trucks on the circuit, and I would love to see Bad Company personally. So Bad Company definitely should be made at some point, if not in 2020, then in 2021. And at number 6, this one's getting a little bit higher up there. The Kraken monster truck with the 3D body. I don't think it's happening in 2020. I think that Nick Pagliarulo said in 2021 it should be happening, but I feel like they should have prioritized it personally for 2020. It's a popular truck. It's really interesting to look at. The kids love it. It's a 3D squid on a truck. So I think personally they should have prioritized it for 2020. I know that they didn't, according to Nick Pagliarulo. I don't think it's happening, but I really wish they would prioritize and maybe just switch it in the doubles packs or something, or whatever they want to do with it. But Kraken definitely should happen at some point. It's a shame that it hasn't happened so soon, or been planned to do it any recently than 2021. So that's number 6. And at number 5, another very popular community suggestion. Actually, I can almost not avoid these comments from everyone. The Wolf's Head Motor Oil Monster Jam truck by Team Raising Cane. Another, again, just, I can't go into my YouTube comments of my prediction videos or any of my review videos without patching one or two of the suggestions for Wolf's Head. So I totally agree. Wolf's Head would look awesome as a 1/64 scale truck. I also hope that they will do the rest of Team Raising Cane, which includes Exterminator, Raising Cane. But it would be awesome, again, to see Wolf's Head, and I hope that they do consider doing it for 2020 or 2021. And at number 4, we have the Bel Air Avenger. Now, this kind of covers every single Avenger ever made, but prioritizing the Bel Air Avenger so that we can have the World Finals 20 edition, I think that they've kind of reached the point where they have no choice but to make it, because last year was Nomad Avenger, this year will be the Bel Air time. And I honestly think that it's almost confirmed at this point, because if they don't do World Finals 20, they don't do the standard Bel Air Avenger and possibly even Fire Avenger, they're going to have to play a serious game of catch-up in 2021. I don't think they're going to do that. So I wouldn't say it's confirmed, but I would say that by the priority sake and by the popularity sake, it would be something that they probably have already considered doing for 2020. But I'm still going to push it, because I think that both the community and I would love to see this at some point, and I really sincerely think that it would be awesome to see a Bel Air tooling with the proper grille and shape and all that for 1/64 scale. And once we get that, we can start to finally chip away at the different World Finals bodies that were never made, and then redoing the older ones that maybe didn't get the best treatment from the Mattel series. So Bel Air Avenger, I can't wait to see what they have put out for that if they do it in 2020. So that's my number 4. And at number 3, we have the Mercury Monster Mutt, but specifically Junkyard Dog. I think they can start here with Junkyard Dog before they go back and do the Mercury Mutts. But I do really feel like they should make the Mercury Mutt series all over again. This was the 2017 casting for the Mercury Mutt by Mattel. Not a bad job. They actually did a pretty interesting casting. They originally had one that was really bad back in the day. Not really bad, but not the best for this specific Monster Mutt style. But this is the Mercury casting, and they did Junkyard Dog. They didn't do a great job of making it look like the real truck, though. I feel like Spin Master could do a great job with doing the ears, maybe making them look beat up like the real truck had. The tail, maybe make it look like a bite's taken out of the tail like the original render had. But if they have the Mercury Mutts at their disposal, they will have an amazing fleet of different things for the next coming years. So they can make Monster Mutt, they can make Dalmatian, they can make Rottweiler, they can even make Husky and Junkyard Dog in the Mercury Mutt style. Husky as a Mercury Mutt would be very interesting to see how it turns out. Again, creativity and freedom with creativity is always something I praise with Spin Master. So if they do a Mercury Mutt, I'm sure they'll go the full measure and make all 3 of them, plus Junkyard Dog, and possibly, hopefully, maybe Neil Vandenberg, if he's watching this, the designer for Monster Jam, will make a Monster Mutt Husky Mercury Mutt. So seeing those repetitive things in different formats that have never existed before would be awesome. But I'm prioritizing Junkyard Dog as my number 3. It is, as you probably know, one of my favorite trucks that has since retired as well. So that's another one on my list. And at number 2, this is, I think, maybe one of the most suggested items since the Mattel era. Even going back to the Mattel era, this is one of the most suggested trucks. And I have talked about it before previously this year, just a couple weeks or maybe a couple months ago now, or almost a month. when I did my top 5 Gravediggers that Spin Master should remaster. It is the Culvernard, or also known as the Purple Flame, Purple Chassis, Purple Rim Gravedigger. This was never made by either company. I really would have thought they would prioritize it for 2019 when they were making the orange one. I don't understand why they made the orange one instead of the purple one. Maybe they just thought the orange one looked cooler, but purple, that's one that was never made and Mattel never, I guess, considered making. So that is one that they should definitely push forward for production. And then at number 1, you probably guessed it if you know me well. I want a brand new Doomsday. Doomsday was so neglected by Mattel, and Doomsday actually has become a very popular request by the community lately. And you know what? It is very sad to see that Mattel did a Doomsday on an NEA tooling, and then the same year, actually the following year, I had said, hey, you know, we were at the Mattel meeting for World Finals, or maybe it was 2 years later, but we were at the Mattel meeting for World Finals 18. I said, hey, what about retooling Doomsday? And they said, it's close enough. And at that point, I think that I really stopped being a big fan of Mattel. That was not a great idea to respond with. Maybe just say something else, maybe too expensive, maybe something else. But for saying it's just, oh yeah, it looks close enough, that's not true. It's not how things should be done. So Doomsday, I really want them to come back and redo this entire thing. The front, of course, needs to be fixed up. The overall shape of the casting can be so much better. But to get this NEA tooling away from Doomsday's history would be the best part. So please, 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 please just do Doomsday at some point, sometime soon, Spin Master. This one means a lot. So I hope that they do that. I also hope that Doomsday comes back someday or something similar with the mystery driver thing. But you know what? Until then, we will see what happens. So that's my suggestions. I want to get them out there before 2020 officially begins. I might have been late to the party. I might have just missed everything because I didn't suggest it in time. But you know what? Maybe we'll see these things pop up in 2021. But till then, again, we have to just wait and see what happens. And you guys can also comment below, suggest 10 things or 5 things for Spin Master to make in 2020 and in the future. And until next time, I'll see you guys in the next video. This is Rhino Monster OCD, signing out.